Welcome back, Let's Talk Nation, to another episode. It's your hosts. Today we have
Luke.
Evan.
Trent. Mr. Z is not here presently right now. Miss him dearly. He's out there. Just got a home. I'm pretty sure we can tell the people that maybe. So I'm sure he's just being busy with that or whatever he's doing.
You know, you do
But
it.
yeah,
for
we're
Yeah,
very
everyone
excited
drop
to be
a
back.
congrats down in the chat. First home, first time buyer.
Housewarming gifts.
Yep.
Please email in. We accept PayPal. So now for this episode, we're going to be doing a draft thing, which I'll pass it over to Evan to explain what it is, because quite frank, I've never heard of this before, so I'm pretty excited to do it. And yeah, let's hear it.
Okay,
I've never
so
drafting before.
yeah, really though. Essentially, I just got Battlefront. I'm really late to the bandwagon, and I know everyone's on it right now. But you know, I'm in love. I'm obsessed.
Just like Battlefront 3.
Battlefront
Get the
3,
troops
we
in order.
need it, dude.
The troops,
we
put the
need
troops.
it. But no, I thought it'd be fun if we just kind of went draft pick of who we want in Battlefront 3. It's going to be a snake draft, and obviously, whoever gets picked is then taken off the board. And then you guys are going to pick who got the best draft picks. You guys get to vote. We are going to decide at the end. We're going to vote. But you guys are the final say.
Say the order again. What was it?
Evan, me, then Trent. Or Evan, Trent, then I. No, yeah, Evan, I, then Trent.
Fantastic.
Frig, dude. That means I go first. And
I think first is actually the worst spot.
first
That's a lot
is
of
the
pressure.
worst
First
spot,
pick.
actually. Although I will get to go first twice.
I know. I
Because
don't like
we're doing
middle,
3
actually.
rounds. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. First pick, I'm going to pick light. I think that makes the most sense. Kind of basic. I'm going to go Mandalorian.
Whoa!
Oh, you bugger.
Yeah.
He was never going this early for me.
Really? No,
Yeah.
okay. Just
No, that's interesting.
think
Yeah.
about what he can do, dude. So he has that Beskar shield, but or spear, but he also has the Darksaber. So like his close combat could be like friggin' crazy. But then he also has his like big gun, and he's got a jetpack, and he's got those like whistle bird things that come out of the. Anyway, he's like loaded, dude. His loadout would be crazy. So I don't know. I think it could be interesting, and there is really no like bounty hunters on the light side, so I think he's actually like an interesting and different pick for light to have.
I respect it. I just thought because we already have Boba Fett that his kit might be similar. Another Mandalorian character in the game. But we do Blood Jedi, and their kits are different. So
yeah, and again, like Boba Fett's not real great at close combat, whereas Mando could be like with
more
that
focused there.
with that
And I wouldn't
spear.
picture Mando. In the sky. Also, like maybe he would still have his jetpack, but I imagine he'd probably be more ground based than Boba Fett is.
Okay, interesting.
At least
True.
how I
Yeah,
imagine.
I agree. He doesn't. I
Okay.
haven't seen him in the sky a lot either. Was Mando high on your list, Trent?
I was just thinking like I didn't know beforehand what light side person I'd pick, but I definitely was gonna pick Mando, and I was even gonna go this route when I was gonna say the Mandalorian and Grogu. I
Oh,
was trying to think of a way that I could fit like there's a lot
Okay.
of hero characters out there that are like 2 in 1, so like Diva for example, or Hulk in the new Marvel game. And I'm not saying like you just play as Grogu. Maybe you'd be able to like switch your abilities if you click Grogu's ability. I'm not sure how it would work, but it'd be cool.
that's interesting because I didn't even think about Grogu at all, dude. That's pretty cool. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, Evan's picks off the board. It's my pick now. I think the second clear pick is obviously Mace Windu. I would have
Yes.
gone Mace Windu first. He's definitely the most iconic character. I think not in it yet. You can make a case for Ahsoka, which I think there's a case for, but Mace Windu, I think he should have been one already. He's one of the coolest Jedi there is. So I'm super happy to have him. I think you could have a lot of cool stuff with him. I mean, the whole thing the whole thing about his lightsaber style, channeling the dark side against it. I think there's a lot of interesting movesets you could get, but also Mace is
What?
friggin' cool. Something that channels like maybe the more damage he has, the more damage it does.
Oh, like a weird passive or something.
Yeah, like I think there's some interesting things you could do with the concept of, or maybe he gets a boost when he's dueling like Sify. I don't know. I think there's some interesting things you
Yeah,
could do with it because they do some stuff like that. But Mason's just also a
definitely a
freaking sick
card
Jedi.
I could see.
Yeah. So
That definitely be a card that they could do because I think Yoda already has one where he does more damage to heroes. So there'd definitely be like something like that for Mace, I think. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
yeah. So
he
I'm
was
happy
my
with him as a pick
he was my second.
too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he
that's
was my
a
number
great
one on my
pick.
light side big board. So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel so unknown. I'm gonna do Rex. I'm gonna do Captain Rex.
Oh my
It'd be
goodness!
sick.
Whoa.
Okay,
Let's
whoa.
not say to
This
go
is a
yet.
lot of clone stuff. I feel like Captain Rex, you could do something fun with trying to like reinforce the actual regular troopers that you have around you. So maybe there's similar things with like I think Finn can do similar stuff with troopers that are around you. But with Rex, like I don't know if it's like giving you more health or maybe more damage or something like that. Um, I don't know, and I think it's really weird that we don't have any characters like that for the Republic era in Battlefront 2. Like yes, we have ARC troopers and stuff like that, but at no point do we have like a specific clone that you can be. Like even the skins wise, they're all generic. Um, yeah, I think we're really really sick if you could play as Rex, and I'm sure they could figure out some cool abilities that would come with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. He was on my big board.
Yep.
I would not have taken him before two other people,
Yeah.
but we can talk about that later, I guess. Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, no, I like it though. I do think he would be. Not a little crap on your pick, trying to not.
No, I think
we had very different big boards going to this.
Yeah. And now you get to choose dark
And then
dude.
so now I'm going dark side.
Yeah.
We talked about this briefly before, and I am gonna go Mother Talzin. I think
Okay.
as the
Big moves.
as a new hero.
Big moves.
Slash.
Dude.
Well, I don't want to do Slash, but I just think it would be really cool to have like a Night Sister, witch, in the game. Something we don't have at all. Then the abilities like with Mother Talzin. But again, like even if you put in like Marin instead or something like that from Jedi Survivor, like just a Night Sister would be really sick. With Mother Talzin though specifically, I feel like she could do a really cool thing where maybe she even spawns her own undead army to like attack. Like maybe it's an ability and you can have like three up at once or something like that, and then they can like attack for her. She's in some of the comics, or I guess in Clone Wars series too. She uses like a sword of some kind. Well, I don't think she'd be melee though. I think she probably would be ranged. Then she could definitely have like an ability kind of similar to Captain Phasma. She has like a close range option to hit people. And yeah, and I can even see like visually seeing like someone whiffing green darts at someone. Like that would look cool in the Battlefront maps that we have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my pick.
Nice. I like that.
Gameplay wise, I think she'd be really cool to the game. I thought she was less iconic than some other characters, but very much so. Like I think
I'm definitely going. Definitely going like cool aspects more than iconic because I don't know, they already have so many iconic people. Let's get some deep cuts.
Yeah, agreed.
No, I disagree. I think they're missing. You're missing some iconic characters. If not, we wouldn't be talking about
who?
this.
Who? I think you're missing, Luke. You're the next one.
I think Mace Windu was missing, but I'm glad this guy came back around to me because I thought he was a slam dunk. I'm going to take Cad Bane once again.
Yeah.
This time for real. Cad Bane is probably just the coolest. He's such a cool bounty hunter. I've been thinking about this in my head for the longest time. I was always between him and Boba Fett for the coolest bounty hunter. With how Boba Fett's been in the show and just my reflection on Clone Wars, I think right now, I'd say it's Cad Bane. Cad Bane's freaking sick. His voice, his like cowboy-esque look. I think you could do a lot of interesting. We don't really have a double gun hero right now, right? To my memory. Obviously, Rex would do that if Rex got in the game, but he also does that. I think you have the rocket boots, so you can have our second flying hero, which is kind of cool because we'd only have two still. I think he'd have a different enough kit from Boba Fett. He's very much so his own in that way. But I think he's just an awesomely cool character. I thought he needed to be included in this game, so happy with that pick.
Yeah, that's...
What abilities would it be then? I guess you'd have his electric glove. Would be one.
Yeah, that's iconic. Electric
rocket
glove.
boots.
Rocket boots
You
is
send
one
out his droid. do something.
Yeah, you could send out Toto. Toto, in one of the arcs, he acts as like a bomb. He puts a bomb inside
Like it
Toto.
does blow up. Yeah.
So like you could
That'd
send
be really cool, actually.
Toto out to blow up. That'd be an interesting thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's who I wanted. Like, I really wanted him. I was really worried someone else was gonna take him. So
Yeah, he was my 1-1
Yeah.
for Dark Side. So yeah,
he was mine too, Evan. I
Yeah.
deeply, deeply wanted him. So
Frank. Yeah, no,
Evan
that's
gets to complete
that's
this
a great
snake.
pick. That's a great pick,
Nice.
Luke. Yeah, I'm looking at my list. There's some people that are missing that we definitely need just because of their iconicness, but I'm gonna go more of a deep cut. Not really, but I'm gonna go Pong Krell.
He was on my board.
Let's
Yes.
go, dude.
Good
Let's
pick,
go.
good
Okay,
pick.
good.
He was gonna be
good.
my pick if Trent took Cad Bane. Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
talk about him. That's a great pick.
Yeah. No,
Some mine too. Yeah.
good. Okay, I'm glad he's not like. I mean, I don't think he's like the deepest cut ever, but he's only in 4 episodes of the Clone Wars. Like that's not. He's nowhere near as iconic as someone else on my list, but he's pretty friggin' sick. I think his like the way he can move his lightsabers and like he's very agile, the way he flips and jumps and stuff. Yeah, I think he would be a really, really good addition. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see him. He's a hunk, like a hulking mass. I don't know. I think he'd be scary to friggin' fight. So
Well, I think he'd be our second like heavy hero. Like he's kind of more bulking. I feel like he's a very like one of his moves. I remember in the Clone Wars, he like jumps down, like hits the ground and force pushes everyone. Like, I think he'd be very much so. Like like he's a very
Really
strong
thought that one
front
too,
line.
literally.
Yeah. So I like that. I think he'd be an interesting. He'd be like Darth Vader, where he's less fast than other characters, but he's stronger and he has more like, he'd be different in a cool way.
Yeah. But he is like he also does do like some crazy flips and like he's also fast. So you wouldn't want him strong and fast. You'd probably have to pick a lane. But I don't know. I think he'd be really sick. So yeah, that's my pick. All right, and now I have to
I
decide.
think it'd be really cool too.
Yeah.
This is the hardest part, I think.
Yeah.
Now that the whole thing is open, let's see. We can share all of our big boards after this. What's remaining?
Yeah, we'll do honorable mentions.
Kind of sad he's gone off my list right now.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do Ahsoka. Yeah, I don't know.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's iconic. I think just also like she has a lot of like different skin options, which some of these guys don't have. But I mean, you have her original Clone Wars, the whatever she wears when she gets kicked out of the Order, the season 7 outfit, Rebels, Ahsoka. Like she's got so many different like skins you could have, and different color lightsabers with those skins. And I think that's kind of cool and different. You can pick which lightsaber color she fights with for that round. I don't know. Yeah. No, I think everyone kind of wants Ahsoka. Like, kind of a missed opportunity to not put her in the first game. But yeah, no, I think that's gonna round out my draft. Yeah.
No, good pick.
Yeah, that's a great pick. I feel like she'd be really sick. She would be definitely like an agile based hero. Like I could see her in the game. There's only 2 people that start off with 3 dodges, and like I could definitely see her also being one that starts off with 3 dodges.
Yeah.
The 2 sabers would be really sick. I don't know if you like. Could you make an ability that goes with those 2? Maybe like 2 quick hits. I don't know. Anyway, they could figure out something probably. I assume.
Yeah.
He's one of those ones that's so iconic. She'll have to be in the next game. I think like slam dunk. Cool character, but also we need Ahsoka and Battlefront 3.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I could see it being like a glass cannon too, like so quick, and she probably does like good amount of damage too. But seeing her, I don't know what the lowest health pool for a lightsaber hero is, but I know some of the blaster ones, they have 500 health. I think that's the lowest it gets to. So even with her like having like 600s really low,
yeah,
and just her like plowing through people, it'd be really cool.
Yeah,
I think she'd play a lot like Darth Maul, just in approach, like speedy.
Oh, really? With the dashes or whatever?
I think Darth Maul's dashes enable him to play quick, and that's like he's a quick hitting hero. But I think Ahsoka will probably play similarly, as you said. She's very agile, so
Okay, just in
I'd
general.
assume
Yeah.
one of her abilities would probably be a dash of some sort or some mobility ability. Maybe it's like a flip, a jump away, something cooler than I'm describing. But
Yeah.
Oh, so I've got the next pick. This is a hard pick, I think. I'm looking at my big board list right now. They're like, yeah, I'm just gonna take them. So they're more interesting, maybe gameplay wise. They're probably on the board. I'm gonna take Qui-Gon Jinn. He was like,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so boring.
That's not boring, dude. You know you.
Nah, he was
Qui-Gon
in my
Jinn.
top 4.
You said Qui-Gon and base?
Yeah, dude. I took the icons. I don't know why you left them on the board. You should have taken Rex your first pick, maybe. Yeah, get Rex.
Boring.
So, Qui-Gon Jinn needs to be in the... I mean, to me, it was him and Mace were my first hero picks. I wanted one of the two. Whoever didn't get picked, both didn't get picked, and they both fell to me. So, hallelujah. I think them three and Ahsoka are the most iconic heroes that haven't made it into a game yet. That's just Qui-Gon Jinn is just also awesome. He's so cool. That's kind of mine was based on coolness factor. Okay, and you can't say I didn't get that in spades because Qui-Gon's awesome. His voice lines in the game could be so cool.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters.
Was a bigger fish.
It's always a bigger fish. That would actually be fire. So, okay, Trent, end off the draft, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna speak kind of openly since this is the end of it. I'm tossed up right now between Plo Koon and Cal Kestis, like you were asking earlier, Luke. And I'm just thinking now, like, we already have... The only reason I put Plo Koon in is for his weird Force Lightning ability that he had, and maybe it was actually not in canon, maybe it was only in Legends. But, like, there is actually already 2 people that do have, like, Force Lightning, the villain side, but still there is 2 of them. So because of that, I think I am going to go Cal Kestis. So Cal Kestis from Jedi Survivor. And I think that'd be so sick. The abilities they could do is literally endless. Like, I feel like they would be able to develop some sort of system where he could change his stances like he can in the newest game. You would have like 4 different stances that you could make abilities with, which, like, giving him a blaster. I would love to see him with a cross guard. Then, like, in the game, it's treated like it's a heavy sword. I'd want to see that in Battlefront, like, just absolutely doing so much damage, but it's, like, slow to hit, Yeah. And then, like, maybe being able to switch from that to something much quicker. He has BD.
I was gonna say
BD1.
to be an ability. Yeah.
So
it'd probably be for some version of... Oh, no, it probably wouldn't be healing, because we don't have any... Overhealth, that's what it is. It'd probably be some version of, like, overhealth. And yeah, I don't know what. Oh, probably another ability for, like, maneuverability is he has like a he jumps and then dashes in midair. So maybe he's like can do that in the game too. Just for some maneuverability. Yeah, I think it'd be sick. The abilities literally would be endless. So I think it'd be really, really cool. I hope if they like didn't give him all 4 stances, because I guess that would be a lot. But if they didn't do that, I'd hope he would get the crossguard and then the blaster and saber combo. That'd be so cool to play with in Battlefront.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them reworking all abilities in Battlefront 3, which in that case, I don't know. Cal Kestis is a sick pick. He was on my big board.
Yeah, it'd be so fun. And maybe too, like with the customization, you'd be able to like what color his saber is, because you can like do that in the game. Typically, I guess in advertisements it's blue, so maybe they'd just give him a blue saber, but it's like if you could pick.
Yeah, pick what color. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my final one, I guess.
Nice.
Do we have enough each? Do we want to keep going, or do you just want to give our honorable mentions? Because I have enough if we wanted to do like another.
We could do another
round.
I have enough to do another.
Or 2. Like I probably do.
Go through another one.
Okay.
I don't know if I had enough.
Lead us off again.
We want to do 2 more, or just 1 more?
Just 1 more, and we'll see where we're at after that.
I mean, I have so many like funny picks here that you guys would like grill me if I put it on, because apparently we're going for iconicness.
No, you can go wherever you want. Just know you're a loser for doing that.
Well, no, I disagree. I'm with you all the way, Trent.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I forgot you were with me.
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
I had an ally here.
Yeah. I stand with you.
You're just picking obscure people to seem cool.
You know what? F you, Luke. I'm doing K2SO. Need
I hate
a
you.
droid.
Let's
Oh no,
go.
wait. We have BD8. We have BB8.
Yeah.
I thought there was no droid. Oh fudge! 1 second.
And General Grievous, you frog. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
He's a
there's so many
cyborg?
choices.
He's actually a cyborg. Actually, if you would have paid attention to the movies,
Because I did more research than you did, you should take like IG88. Okay. You friggin'
Oh
frog.
man, dude.
Yeah.
I was
Do
thinking
you
more
also have like
IG12.
Dengar
but
on there, dude?
Yeah. Okay. You didn't have him on your list, you frog.
I had IG12 on my list with Yoda on him,
Yeah.
with
yeah.
Grogu on him.
Yeah.
Do
What about
I-
IG11?
Yeah, I'll go
dude?
into K2SO. Pardon?
I said, what about IG11? Luke doesn't even know about IG11.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need to. IG88
Doesn't
wasn't
know. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know ball, dude.
Taika Waititi can voice him in the
Yeah.
games.
All right, try and make your case for your pick. Why'd
Yeah.
you pick KTS now?
I'm going
Let's hear it.
K2SO. I'm gonna stick with it. I think it would be another cool tank hero. You guys said earlier we don't have a whole lot of them in the game, so it'd be another addition to that lineup. And I think he'd probably have to be melee based. I think you'd probably give him an ability to maybe shoot a gun, but I think his main ability would probably be melee based, which would be really funny.
Yeah.
I agree. He'd be our first melee-based superhero. I mean, superhero. Like character without a lightsaber.
Oh, without a lightsaber, yeah. Yes, I guess it would be.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it would be really interesting how they would do it. I'm not sure. In the Fallen Order Jedi Survivor games, those droids have the ability to like run up at you, pick you up, and then throw you on the ground. So maybe they're trying to like bring that up too, where maybe there's like a stun ability. I don't know how it would work really, but let's say if he grabs you and then puts you on the ground, you stun for a minute.
Maybe it's like what Chewbacca's like dash and ground pound works, but like
Maybe, but like, except that he actually gets to grab you in a way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
do
grab
we
you
see
first.
that anyways in the game? Oh, I guess Vader's force.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'd be really cool. And also the voice lines, guys. The voice
Yeah,
lines, they would be
yeah.
so good.
hyper sarcastic.
Oh, they'd be so good.
Do
Yeah,
not
I guess that's
resist.
my answer.
I'm rescuing you is a great line. So
I might
good.
rewatch Rogue One tonight. Oh my gosh, that'd be kind
Do
of
it.
banger.
Do it.
Maybe from Andor, he would just he would throw in just like the no.
Yes.
Are you reinforcements? No.
No. So good.
Watch Andor, Luke.
Yeah, watch Andor.
Well, eventually.
No, eventually.
I'm going
Do
to
it.
draft next.
Yep.
We're on the last pick. Let me talk through who's left on my board right now.
Not everyone. We can do that at the very end.
Yeah.
You're right. Then I guess the main two in between are Savage Opress and who's be another tank, or Hondu Onaka, because I freaking love Hondu.
I have that on my list too.
Yeah. So, I mean, Savage Opress and Ponkel are kind of like both my backup villains for Cad Bane. I think Savage is pretty sick. He'd also be a very heavy character like Ponkrell. I think he would play, like, you know, he could be our second, what do you call him? Oh, what's the name of the race again?
Sabrak.
Wow, that's a great pull. Sabrak, Meshach, and Abednego. Sabrak, he'd be our second Sabrak. But he'd play, I think, extremely different from, just like one of the cool things in this show. He's very different from Darth Maul.
Yeah.
He's much more of a physical, and even more than most here is like, you can even do something like he kills that Jedi with his head spikes in the show.
Yeah.
And you could do that as a move in the game,
That'd be
like he
cool.
dashed at people with his head, like.
Or
he's a tank.
charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of cool things you could do with him. I don't know as much of Hondu, but I think I gotta take Hondu.
What the frick?
Hondu's awesome.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you picked a Savage.
No. I was talking about how cool Savage would be, but I think I'm leaning Hondu.
That's crazy.
Hondu
'Cause
Onaka's
He was
my
going to
pick.
be my pick, and then you just stole everything that I was going to say, and then not even pick him. So now I have to go someone else,
Sorry.
but you're not even
Yeah.
taking him. It's crazy. Crazy.
I'm not taking Savage. What do you mean?
Are you not?
confused now.
Are you taking Savage?
No, I'm taking Hondu.
Yeah. Okay. So why'd you go on a long rant about him?
Well, I was gonna talk about both of them. Actually, I was conflicted, but then you guys interrupted me, so I'm just gonna say my pick is Hondu. I'm going with Hondu between the two.
Well, no,
My confliction's over.
now I can't take Savage though because you did
Yes, you
talk
can.
about him though. I'm
That's
not just
okay,
gonna be
you
like
can still take him.
everything Luke said I want. No. I'm gonna pick
Yeah.
someone else, but like, what the frick, dude?
I mean, I can take Savage if you want to wax poetic about
No,
Hondu.
no.
Evan.
You,
Hey.
all power to you, dude.
Hondu's awesome. Pirate character. We don't have any other pirates in the game yet. He'd have the best voice lines of any character. I know, and I fully believe that. Hondu Onaka, great pick. I don't know, his abilities can do a lot with them, so we'll take Hondu here. You can go, Evan.
I think that's a great pick. Hondo didn't even make my list because I was like, what can you do with him? But I love that pick, dude. That's such a good pick. Hey, Zach.
I think it's a bad take. I think it's a really bad take, actually.
That's crazy. Hondo?
I don't know who that is.
Dude, what abilities would he have?
We can talk about that quickly. I think there'd be one
Yeah.
where kind of like you were talking about with the Night Sister, he summons pirate allies because he just has a big army of them. So something silly where like a bunch of like pirate allies just come and maybe like distract somebody. I don't know. And then this is part I didn't think through fully. I don't know. Maybe he's got one where he like. Maybe he's got one where like Hondu somehow always he puts people against each other and he always gets away. So maybe he can like. You know how like
Oh, this guy.
not exactly, but he has like kind of like a giant mind, not exactly, but like he can do something with characters' abilities where they can't use them or something. Like
He's a pirate.
other than that, I
He's
don't really
like-
have an idea.
His Riz stat is through the roof. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
He
Yeah,
can
it literally
sail
is.
the 7 seas.
Okay, so like I said, I was gonna take Savage. He was clearly left on the board. And yeah, he would have been like Maul, except he's bulkier, bigger. He also
You
has
can
that...
take him. He's still
No, I'm not. I did want to mention he has that like spear axe thing as well, and so that could be cool to like, he also throws his lightsaber at points. So like he's got some cool like things that he can like alternate between. But I'm not gonna pick him because you've already talked about him at length, Luke. I'm gonna pick Asajj because I think Asajj is very interesting. Give me the yellow lightsaber skin variant as well. Like
Yellow
Okay,
lightsaber is literally the weakest lightsaber, but keep going, I guess.
okay, dude, I don't know that.
Zach woke up and picked Valence's one. Yeah, but yeah. But you are kind of an A7 weenie for picking yellow.
Wow. Okay, dude.
Like, objective.
I'm just kidding.
Like,
no,
I didn't even know, dude.
I was just kidding, Evan. I think yellow's cool. Continue, sorry. You keep going.
No, I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. She's fairly iconic, I would say. And even like, I don't know if Battlefront has ever done anything with like the 2003 Clone Wars, like the 2D animated, but that would be cool too to get like a version like her in that. She's kind of a menace in that one. I don't know. I think she'd probably play similarly to Ahsoka. Just kind of small, agile, glass cannon. But yeah, no, I think to have like a version of Ahsoka on the light side, Asajj would probably be it.
So do we want to talk about our board, or what have you guys called it?
Yeah, we can talk honorable
Big boards?
mentions if
Big boards.
sure.
So maybe we should just do
So-
like one person goes through theirs and then any that we have the same. That we don't have to like repeat the same ones all the time.
Yeah, sure. I was just gonna shout them out, like not even go through them
Okay, sure.
scheduled. Just shout them out. Someone go, and we talk about that.
Loki.
What's your crazy picks on mine?
Yeah,
I
let's.
had Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my
Okay, that's
goodness,
wild.
dude. What
Darth
the
Jar Jar?
Darth Jar Jar?
Dude, you can see it, okay? That'd be so sick. It'd be awesome. I had Balin Skull again because of like the whole in the show. He it's like he has like a head sword. What's the word? I used it earlier.
You did.
Claymore? Claymore, like the big, heavy, gigantic swords. Anyway,
Broadsword.
Those are the real ones.
that'd be really cool. And I had Hondu. I had Embo. Did anyone have Embo?
That's a good pick, dude. Especially
I don't know
he's
who
gonna
Ember
be,
is.
he's gonna be in Mandalorian and Grogu, so that is a great pick, dude. We're about to see some crazy Embo content. So
You'd be able to like
Again.
like deflect and block blaster shots and stuff as a blaster hero, like it'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
I had A's Malbus. Is
Good
that
pick.
name right?
Good
Evan?
pick. Yeah.
I was trying to think of like blaster heroes. That's the guy from Rogue One with like the big gigantic.
Big
it's not
gun,
a minigun,
yeah.
but for lack of a better term, I'm gonna call it a minigun.
I actually had
And,
Chirrut.
Yeah.
I had his friend.
you?
Yeah, Chirrut Imwe. I had him.
That would be
He
a
was
cool
on my
one because
board,
it'd be.
too.
Yeah.
You had him. Let's go. It would be
Nice.
cool because he would be able to do like long range and short range.
Yeah.
Because he has that sick little bow gun thing.
He's the guy with the staff, right? The one with the Force Amiga.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Banger,
so he has
banger,
the staff
Oh, and that
the,
voice line?
crossbow. Anyway, yeah,
Oh, the Force
he would be cool. But
And
I
that
love the
crossbow?
base.
The crossbow could do like a lot of damage to vehicles or something because like he takes down like a TIE fighter with it. I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Baze Malbus would be really cool.
Yeah, that's
Purely
my
just
pick.
for his gun.
The list that I had of ones that we haven't said yet. I had Django Fett, kind of similar to Boa, but I just think he was like an iconic character that I wouldn't be
he'd have
surprised if he was one.
He'd have two guns, which would be different.
Nah, I played
Yeah,
him
I
in
think
Lego
they-
Star Wars, and that was enough.
I think they do something of his wrist. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Which would be cool. Next one I had was we have a few like I would get Padme Amidala.
Yep.
What would she
that one.
do though?
You just want that fireside outfit.
I do.
That's
Well,
what
it's
you
like
want.
how they
Do anything though?
they found a moveset for Leia though and Han who are just really gun people. Padme is like a strong, female protagonist in the sense that Leia is. So I'm sure she could have some interesting gun. She's got some sick outfits as I've mentioned. So I felt like she was one that I need to float around as a character.
No, I like
Next
it.
one, Quinlan Voss.
Great
was,
pick, dude. He was on my
I
list.
thought he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, undercover guy. See what he could do. I don't know. I didn't have a lot. And then I mentioned about IG-88. I think he's my favorite. In the Star Wars Lego game, the original one, he was always one that my brothers and I always made him play IG-88, and I always played Boba Fett, and we were bounty hunters. It was really fun.
Nice.
Nice.
You guys role played in Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, we did. We're cool. Cool. And Evan, who is on the rest of your big board, the Dernier.
No one hasn't been signed yet, but yeah, I had Quinlan Voss. I thought because he has that force telemetry, I think it's called, where he like picks up an object and sees its like past, I guess. But I think it also extends to future sometimes. So I thought maybe like if there was a way to like have it predict someone else's move and he can block it, or I don't know. I thought maybe something along those lines.
No, that'd be sick. It'd be cool if he's like a stalker hero where you could see people's footprints or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that would work really well for him.
That would be cool.
Bloodhound or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well now I guess do we just want to vote or just want our community vote on who had the best draft? Kill him.
We could.
I think community. Everyone's just gonna vote for their own characters.
You can't vote
No,
for
you
yourself.
can't vote
That's
for
the one
yourself.
stipulation.
Yeah. And actually,
Oh.
we won't even probably have a tie because Zach's here to vote as well. So
Yeah, it's literally impossible to unless
I
that
might have to
decides
Google
yeah.
some of the characters though. It's okay.
So yeah, I can vote first if you want, because I think
Sure.
I've got who I want to win if it's not going to be me. I'm going Luke. I think he's got
Thanks,
a really yeah. Sorry,
I know.
I don't love the Rex pick. I'll be honest, just because he's a clone already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I think you had a great list. But I couldn't come up with Rex just because I was like, he's already a clone. But I do like the
That's
idea of
fair.
getting his like. I want commander skins in the game, like captain and commander skins. But I don't know. I just couldn't do
Yeah, but they're
it.
just gonna sell you all of them.
I just couldn't do it, dude.
Heroes, you suck.
I just couldn't do it, dude. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. We only have like a whole army of
I
clones.
think
we
that's fair, dude. I think clones are overdone.
10 million more on the way. So
do. Yeah. We literally have his type of clone as a supporter in the game. I'll go next with the vote. Not to the crap on Trent's draft. I'm going for Evan.
Oh my goodness, sorry.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Trent, you sold so hard by taking two obscure characters at the very start. Take one iconic, and then you can spice it up a little bit near the end. But not drafting any of the iconic heroes is kind of a big L, I think. So I don't know. Evan's list is very good. Getting Ahsoka in the third round was a steal. I mean, she's great. She could do cool stuff. I thought there was I think I think what's his name? Cal Kestis would have been really cool in the game, like legitimately. Like that was one of my favorite picks that Trent had, but I think that Evan's list
Like me.
so I have to lean towards, yeah. No, sorry, Trent.
Well, I wish I could pick Zach's because I hate both of you guys' lists. But if seeing I have to pick one of you, let's see. Wow, a lot of snooze fests here. That's interesting. Man, wow, just like Mace Windu, Ahsoka, Qui-Gon, like.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll go with Evan. You had Pong Krell, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'll go with Evans.
Let's
Krell's
go,
really cool,
dude.
and Mando too.
Yeah.
Mando's really really sick. I think he'd be really fun.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to Evan.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I couldn't give it to you, but
Maybe I don't care.
No, I respect it. You know, stay mad because your list sucks, but
your list
No, this
doesn't
is so
suck.
much
That's
better.
the problem. Your list does not suck. It's just the one character. I couldn't do anything with them.
Oh, yeah.
Nah,
Okay,
dude.
but you guys have one characters flipping. Actually, well, yours Evan are pretty decent. But Luke, you got Hondo. You didn't even know what Hondo was gonna do. Okay, you were like, oh, I don't know what his abilities would be, but he'd probably call some pirates in or something.
Mother Townsend. Yeah, you gotta bring back the dead and photo wow in a weeks.
She literally did that.
It's canon, dude. Just sacred text.
Hey,
Say it's
K2SO.
possible.
Oh yeah, he's gonna pick me up. How is he get? He's just gonna get lit up
No,
by
dude.
lightsaber
No,
characters.
dude, you haven't seen Andor. You cannot talk about how bad a pick K2SO is, dude. Watch Andor and then tell me it's a bad pick.
You know what's really bad though, dude? Rex and Mother Townsend back to back. You didn't pick a single icon, not one. No one's asking for any of those characters.
Okay, can we also speak about that? You're saying Rex isn't an icon?
I-
I think you're
not-
insane.
Not to the level of Ahsoka, Mace Windu,
Sure,
or
but that's,
Qui-Gon
that's
Jinn.
semantics.
That's not, dude.
He's
That's
still,
not.
he's
You're
still an
selling.
icon.
You're
And you're
selling.
saying he's
You're
not an
selling.
icon? You're wrong.
We already
You're
have
wrong.
his exact type of clone with the double blasters in the game.
If you're saying Rex is just the same as any other ARC Trooper, you're on something.
He's not,
Off
but
the
we
death
have
sticks,
ARC
okay?
troopers in
Get
the
off
game.
the
He's
death
death
sticks.
troopers,
Put the death
so I
sticks
don't
down.
know what to
Dude,
tell you. I
you
don't
could
know
also-
what to tell you.
Hold
Death
on.
sticks down and clean your room, okay?
Yeah, clean your room. Dude. Clean the breakfast dishes.
Yeah, clean your room.
I may like the Rex pick more now just because I'm thinking about like the skins you could have with him.
Oh, yeah.
You could have his Endor outfit, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait to buy them all for
That's pretty cool.
$2, dude.
That's pretty cool.
I pictured it as helmetless, like a face. Like I picture his face would be in
Oh,
most of it.
interesting.
Yeah, but he
Not
looks
most of
just
it,
like
but-
all the other ones.
The generic clone face.
Oh, he
Bold
doesn't
choice.
though. He
Bold
literally
choice.
he doesn't.
Bold choice.
He
Oh,
has
you're
a-
right. He's got that scar.
He's got a little bit of stubble.
That's double.
He's so different.
He does have a beard on Endor though. So like when he looks old. So I don't know.
End of Rebels.
And oh yeah, and in Rebels. I haven't seen Rebels, but I know what he looks
He's
like.
fan Rebels. I want the Rebels
Oh
version.
my goodness.
Chunky.
Could you imagine? Literally like makes his
I like
model more
it.
bigger.
Okay, Zach, do you
yeah.
want to cast your vote, or are we just gonna
Yeah.
say that Zach is
Um,
gonna
Zach.
No, I'm voting. Let me go through it here. Okay,
Wait,
Rex.
are you
I gotta be
nervous,
honest.
Luke? Are you nervous that
Rex
he's not
is
going to
kinda
vote for
lame.
you? You're trying to take away his vote?
Rex is kind of lame. I gotta
No.
be honest. Mother Townsend's interesting. Cal Kestis, I think, is a good pick. K2SO, I'm
might
not
say
gonna lie, I
Griff.
don't know who that is.
He's the
It's the
droid
Rogue
from
One
Rogue
droid.
One. Black
K2SO.
one.
Oh, I don't. That's just the medical droids.
No.
Yeah, true.
Why
Aren't
true.
they the ones that
it's
just
not.
announced Padme dead?
No.
Oh no, that's totally different droid. This
No,
one's
no.
like an Imperial droid.
It's actually different.
Yeah.
This black one. This black one's cool.
I'm not sold on a robot. I'm not gonna lie. They're all the same.
What's with
They
this
just do
droidism?
look
What's with this droidism?
I don't
Really
like
though.
droids.
We don't.
Okay.
We don't-
here.
Mando, I'm
I see.
tired of seeing Mando. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Really boring pick, right?
you voted for me, Trent.
Mando's lame. Pong Krell. I don't remember. I googled that like 10 seconds ago. and
You
said,
just
oh,
said
yeah.
where he was a second ago. 4 lightsabers. Big.
Dude, you're
Oh,
going to
yeah,
go
yeah,
with
this
Luke's
guy.
just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know who it is.
Pong
That's
Krell,
not
I
even-
think, is actually a good pick. I'm not
Thank you.
gonna
Oh,
lie.
Thank you, dude.
Evan, are you saying people know who my list is? Because my list is iconic.
You went for the
It's,
hits. Dude. You went for the
I did!
I'm-
You can't
I'm
not
kinda-
take the
You're
I'm kinda
pandering to the
tired of
people.
Ahsoka.
You're pandering to the people.
I'm kind of tired of Ahsoka, and Asajj I don't think is that interesting. Mace Windu, I don't really care for Samuel Jackson. Cad Bane, he's kind of cool. You all got like one cool person, and then just a bunch of like, yeah. I think Qui-Gon needs half a point. They brought him back, did a bunch of like cool things, and they're like, okay, we don't want to pay Liam Neeson anymore. We'll let him go. And then who's Hundo?
What is the metric system you're using to decide this? You just brought
Let
up
him
how
go, just let him go.
Qui-Gon is like,
Let
how
him
does that have any
cook.
relevance?
Let him cook.
Hundo Onaka. Who the frig is that?
Listen to his voice lines;
Onaka.
you'll change your life.
Oh yeah, this guy with the lizard face.
Yes.
He's a
They
weak
could do more
Quayan,
with
dude.
that.
They
You know
can't
what?
help
I
it.
think I'm actually gonna vote for Luke's list. He had Mace
Like,
Windu and Qui-Gon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the boring
I think
ones. That was Luke.
I think I'm actually going Luke's list.
The boring ones, he says. Thanks,
All right,
Zach.
so we're tied.
I think
then.
Hondo's an
fine.
interesting pick. I think they should have done more with Qui-Gon, but I don't like Mace Windu.
Which is crazy. I
Oh,
have
you
those
know-
reversed. I care less about Qui-Gon than Mace. Mace would be a much better character than Qui-Gon.
Yeah, but my problem is they just didn't do enough with Qui-Gon. I feel like I've seen everything I need to from Mace Windu.
Haven't seen how he fights
I
in
don't
Battlefront
know.
3, that's for sure. But you're about to. I don't
So
know.
do we just say it's a tie and then let the community vote?
Yeah,
And
we'll
then
let the
see what
community
they determine?
decide. Yeah.
Community only vote between Evan and I. Trent's wasn't even good enough to get a single vote from anyone, so
That's
If I get all the votes, I think I should win. If all the community members vote me.
I actually agree with that.